Are we doing does everyone have a ticket? Is everyone in here going?
Like a physical ticket?
No, this is a different thing. Everyone in here's going. Okay, all right, well, then never mind.
Everyone online. So I think.
Everyone that's not going is like, I'm not showing up today because I'm having FOMO and sad about the vote, right?
Bring a friend, like if you got the ticket, could you call your buddy and have your buddy come with you?
Is he gonna get in, or he or she gonna get into real estate?
I mean, anybody could be.
Nice.
If we can get he or she into K-score today, yes. All right, let's get started. What's good? Bucket fills. Really, we were all just talking and then it just became silent, like.
Ronnie's under contract with her first client. Well.
I mean, it was like, how many homes? Like, I mean, it was like an adventure for you.
40 homes.
In a week.
In a week.
Well, we nailed the home in the first week. You feel me?
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I was like 40. Wow.
They were motivated.
They were motivated. Nice work. Congratulations. All right. What else? Okay. We do this every week, people. Like, you got to come prepared. Okay. Like,
Smokers today.
there's a boat for today. Way to go. Jelena got 2 of them. She got bonus points. She gets to invite 2 people to. What else?
I set up the team meeting again by myself with supervision.
Was it faster this time too?
Oh, yeah, it was 8 minutes.
Oh, yes. She is just shaving off time.
It doesn't 2, but it's okay. We're getting it.
We're not comparing. You're your best self today.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yes.
What else? What else we got?
I got the nicest voicemail yesterday from one of my clients, like crying about how much I mean to her and how she means, how it's just meant the world that I've stuck with her for so long. And I mean, it was just one of those things where you think, okay, guess I'll stick with this job another day.
Like, oh man, you gotta keep doing this.
That was just one of those unexpected things that says what you're doing makes a difference, you know? So.
Those are always good ones. Yeah. Awesome. Well deserved. Well deserved. One more. Got one.
I just came back from a family vacation. That was super fun. And next week I'm going to Vegas to see Beyonce.
I know you. Like 2 straight weeks.
You ever work?
No, I'm not.
Where's she performing?
Allegiant.
So she's gonna be fully and mentally checked out by like Wednesday.
Thinking about my outfit.
Yeah. Outfits. I love it. I love it. All right. Which, speaking of which, we are having in the next few weeks, just so that Heather is not completely, we have some people out of town, right? So Candy's leaving on Friday for 2 weeks. I'm leaving on the 24th for 2 weeks. And then I think Kevin leaves on the 25th for, I'm not sure how long. 2 weeks. Potentially 2 weeks. So there's going to be some leadership in and out of the market center in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I mean, you know, Heather's gonna have to keep it all in.
There's gonna be like a substitute teacher by the end of the 2 weeks.
You know, it's gonna be a rough one.
At least we know we can have team meetings and I can set it up.
We can have team meetings and we have people doing the team meetings while we're gone. So just have some patience in the next few weeks. So I just want everyone to know that you'll be probably told at a few different times, but just so you know. All right, so we are 16 boat crews team meeting today. We still have, I mean, we have Top Gun on Friday, everybody. Like, if you're not in here watching that and eating some popcorn every now and then after or during leave, what are you even doing on Friday, right? We've got Ask the Broker on the 22nd with Kevin. This is a pretty big one. This isn't just Ask the Broker. This is about contract changes. Just, I mean, quite a few things that you should be at. This is you could actually speak to this a little bit, Kevin. this actually should be a semi-mandatory training. But tell them a little bit what you're going through on Tuesday.
Yeah, so the forms are changing again. They're actually getting kind of to what we wanted them to be and thought, hey, would they make a lot of sense? So a lot of the changes make sense. There's not a huge learning curve, but they're all a little different. So like your line 406 where you talk about, that looks different. One of the best things on it is it says this or this, whichever is greater, which our current one doesn't say that. It does say that on the new one. So that's on Tuesday. I would say,
Related to commission?
yep, I would say everyone should come to that and just make sure we have all those right. Because one of the things in the industry is we actually do a pretty good job out there with other people of correcting how things should go. So if you know, that's always good.
And I know we just learned the forms before, and some people don't necessarily even have that down. So if you don't have that down, be there. And you're always fun. Like
I think
when you
so.
teach things, and there's an excitement and an energy, and
Sometimes candy.
sometimes, ooh, candy. Okay, like chocolate type or fruity type.
I tend to bring both because they don't hurt as much when you throw them.
I love it. Oh, throwing candy, all the good things. So that's Tuesday at 11 o'clock. We have our block, we have a lot on the 23rd. We have our team meeting, we have our block party on the 23rd, and then we have R&R as well on the 23rd. So it is essentially just a large send-off to Kevin and myself on Wednesday. So come to any of the things that you want to come to, because you won't see us for 2 weeks. Right, Kevin?
That's right. By the way, I will have access to like computer and different things. I know I respond really quickly now. It might be delayed a little bit because the times are off. I'm going to Scotland, so the times. But if you respond, I will respond and then use the tutor of the day if you get stuck on questions. And then John doesn't necessarily always like it, but John's a great resource. So
He's a backup.
he's a backup. Sometimes I need a backup, and John can do the backup.
That's fine.
Sounds like, that's fine, for 2 weeks, only 2 weeks.
That's all you get.
All right, and then our R&R is at Yard, I think I saw at Yard House. Do you want to say anything about that, Rick?
We've been there before. Last time we went there, I think we had like 20 people. I mean, we packed it. It was fun.
Yeah,
We
it was
had-
really fun.
We had a really nice time, so.
Awesome, and that's always 4 to 6-ish. So if you're out showing homes or doing things, always text one of us and just see if everybody's still there. Because people kind of pop in, throughout that time period, and it's just good to, have conversation and get to know each other on a different level. Yeah,
Also that day is our regional meeting, so the leadership team will be out during the afternoon.
so we will pop in.
Yeah.
R&R, yep. All right, today's the day. We are departing at 1 o'clock, correct?
Yes, it's.
Okay,
yes, you
so
have to Be
if
on the
you don't know
boat.
where you're going, we need to be on the boat at 1 and it is leaving, okay? So if you're over there and you're waving at us, I'm gonna be like, I am so sorry, and I'll like throw a life thing and you can swim. But it would be best if you got there at like 1:45 or 12:30 even, because sometimes the parking is a little weird, around that area. So if you're not familiar with it, after this team meeting, maybe, go find your way. If you need to get a coffee or whatnot, there are appetizers there. And then we do have some drink tickets, as well. So maybe meander your way there at that time too, so that you're there early. Yeah.
On the boat, typically there would be a bar. Is it cash only? Is it, do you know?
Well, you have 1 drink ticket provided, or potentially 2. We're not sure.
Depends on how nice you are to me.
Yeah. depends on how nice we're here.
I like.
And then in regards to that, I always feel like it's a cash bar.
I don't know that 100%, but I'm pretty sure it's a cash bar.
I feel like they accept credit in Italy.
They take credit cards?
They take credit.
Okay, perfect. I feel like, yeah.
It's good. You can go up and buy a drink. Yep. With a card.
Thank you.
I don't know why I didn't ask that question. Sorry.
Any questions about that today?
Yeah, they take cards. Yeah,
No? Okay.
it's true. They
Quantum Leap. So this is Thursday, July 24th. I apologize because I think that I informed everybody until we were on this last call. This is the adult version of Quantum Leap. So it is not just the young version. It is for adults that are over age 30 as well. Taught by Jen and JP Lewis. You know, they came onto a call the other day and said how this had helped their marriage, how it helped their business, how it helped them personally. So again, it's not just young adults. It's for every age group. That's on me. I truly thought it was just the younger one, this version. It is not. So if this is something that you missed out on the other one, or were like, hey, can I go to that? Highly recommend it. Or if you know someone that's going through a job change or a life change or anything, this would be a great gift to them, quite honestly. And it's one day. And they're great presenters. So again, it would be an awesome thing to tell people about, because it could be life changing for them, truly. Any questions around that? The price is $2.99, I believe. Anyone going to it or interested in going to it? No? Okay. Yeah, go. What?
I said, I think I might go to it.
Okay.
Just because who's in the market center?
You. That day.
There is that day.
So then, no, I'm not. going to it.
Sorry, Eb.
What do I do?
Wanted to go, so we can fill in for Heather.
Nobody.
But if I was in town, I absolutely would go to this. And I'm like, I've put myself into a lot of different rooms of different leadership and different trainings. And I would go to this. So this is one where it's not just a random training again that we're telling you about. It's something that can take you and make you think a little bit differently as well. So. All right, next. This is you.
All right, hello, I'm Britt with Great North Title. I am Melanie's backup when she's not available, so you may see me at the closing table from time to time, but not very often because she's a workaholic.
Yeah, we need
She does need to take some time off. We'll work on that. We'll go to the next slide here. So our title topic today is property taxes. Although October 15th seems far away, it is becoming relevant right around this time now. So the last slide showed that taxes for the first half were due on May 15th. Hopefully those have been paid by your clients. Sometimes not. We'll take care of that at closing, including the penalties. But as we look ahead here for the next due date for second half taxes this year, lenders do typically require that taxes are paid if they're due like within 60 days of the due date. So we're getting really close to that date. Some lenders are actually requiring it now. So when we're collecting these taxes at closing, we're still going to handle the tax proration based on the closing date. But just be prepared that we may be paying those or collecting those at closing. We'll typically collect it from the seller side, just because if their escrow account with their current lender pays it at the same time, then we know that the proration is correct and we can send the overage or double payment back to the seller. We'll go to the next slide here. I did a little layout here for how property taxes work here in Minnesota, because I know it's a really confusing thing for a lot of consumers to understand. So I usually just draw it out and break it down, but I made this one prettier here for you. So for 2025 taxes, if you want to just divide the year in half, January 1st through June 30th is the first half of the year, obviously, but the due date is May 15th. So the due date kind of confuses people. Just know that the due date is in the middle, kind of in the middle of these. Then the second half of the year will be July 1st through the end of the year, and that due date is October 15th. So hopefully that helps kind of clarify that for you, because some people will be like, oh, well, I already paid my taxes, but they don't realize what period it covered. So let's see if there's anything I wanted to cover here. The classification, so the market value that the county is has assigned to the property is actually based on the previous year's market value. And then the taxes are due for the current year. So you're not paying taxes from the previous year, just based on the market value of last year. We will go forward to the next slide here. Here's just a reminder that we do have several convenient locations all over the Twin Cities. We are always try to be convenient, accommodating, and flexible. So just know that Mel is RON certified, so she can still do electronic notary. So if you have a client that is maybe out of the state or out of the country, we can make arrangements to still get that e-notarized and they can still meet with Mel and answer all of those title questions rather than dealing with like a random notary that knows nothing about real estate. Also cash deals. You can always let your client know if they're going to be a cash buyer. They do have the option to e-sign rather than meeting in person, since we don't need any notary for that. We don't need to even use the RON platform. We also can offer mobile options. So if you have any sellers that maybe can't leave their home or like an elderly person that might be in senior living facility, we're more than happy to come to them and make it for them. Right here. And here we are, Team Mel. Here's the team that takes care of you. As always, if you have any title questions, feel free to just email teammel@greatnorthtitle.com. There's always somebody keeping an eye on that inbox, so they'll get back to you pretty quickly. I know a lot of people prefer to just text Mel so that she'll respond right away. You can also do that.
Within business hours.
Doesn't matter.
Except for-
Well, my phone is on airplane mode.
I'm like,
10 to 6.
business hours.
All right, and the
We'll make
final
your
slide.
standard.
Thank you so much for your support. We feel honored to be here in the office with you and grow alongside you and, let us know. If you have a preferred topic for next month, let us know as well.
Good question. Awesome, thank you. Let's start with the cultural award.
So I got the culture award last month. I would like to hand it off to Heather.
Oh.
She has just been such a help the past couple months with a team member leaving. And she always comes to the training and she's just so bubbly and a great person to have.
Yay.
Thank you very much, Courtney. I'm always happy to help. I enjoy helping. I love it. Anything that I can do to help you guys, real estate, anything, command. I'm always happy to help. And thank you so much, Courtney. It really means a lot. I appreciate
And
it.
when she says that, she really truly is happy to help. Like, that's like, she's always.
But I'm a little different than Melanie. I'm only in case of emergency after business. But I'm happy to help for emergencies after hours.
You define emergency, okay.
But thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it.
All right, so we have some new agents here. We have Kim Daniels and we have Nicholas and we have Hudson, who is gonna be coming in. Rick also wanted me to introduce you just because you're a new face that's getting a license and gonna be working with. So welcome. Did you want to add anything, Rick?
No, I'm just, I'm just really excited. Jordan is training Hudson right now to take over her position as Director of Operations, which is pretty much everything for the team. And in the meantime, Hudson's gonna be getting his license so that he can do whatever this business, go in whatever this business takes him. So pretty excited to have
We're
him here.
excited.
Should work out.
Thank you.
All right, so congratulations on first listings with Michael and then first listing for Carolyn as well. Do we have a little disclaimer? Or is that next? The disclaimer about is next. Either one of them I think are on. Or in here. Carolyn, she is.
Maybe she's driving to the Dick's house here.
All right, cappers this month are Alex and Ben Dezurk and Tony Sarempa.
Tony capped in, I think, 3 weeks, maybe 2. And desserts, they took almost a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they were like 4 weeks-ish.
Yeah, they were all of them were under a month, so they have over 11 months free of 100% with zero company dollar. Yeah, it's super cool. Definitely, it's very cool.
I love Heather's response. Well, 3 weeks, almost a month. All right, next. Okay, here it is. So June numbers, I always want to say, because again, we've switched systems, we're, getting used to a few different things, but we're also human. And so there are, potentially errors at different points in time. And it also, the information comes to us in various ways. So if you feel like the number is wrong, please do not hesitate to come tell me the number is wrong, potentially. Because I would rather do that and have it corrected, versus you feel like you, weren't seen in some way or whatnot. Also, anything for the listings, that listing actually has to be active. It cannot be a withheld listing. So sometimes people get confused on that, 'cause they're like, hey, I have 6 listings, but they aren't active yet, so that actually does not count on the listing portion of it.
And the reason that is because it syncs into our system once it goes active. You know how some of you put in your own listings, Lydia and I don't always see everything. So when that syncs, when that's active, it syncs to our system and then it counts as a listing number in our system. That's how that happens. Like with the boat cruise, like you guys know, you had to manually tell us that you submitted a withhold, or you had to submit it within command, and that's how we saw it. We did not take any of those numbers from MLS. So it's kind of some different ways some of those numbers show up.
All right. And there are like really great numbers, first of all. Second of all, sometimes there's new people that are on here. Sometimes there's people that are creating different goals that they set, right? And they actually crushed them this month. So I really, really want you to pay attention to this and clap and be excited, because everyone that gets put on this list could be different each month and it means something different to them. So I'd love us to be able to congratulate everybody. Is that fair? Awesome. All right, so top individual listings taken, we have Scott Nagel with 3, Jason Johnson with 2. Scott at 1.7, Jason Johnson with 8. All right, closed volume for June, we have Maureen at 2. Closed GCI, we have Maureen in the top spot, followed by Nagel.
Nice job.
Is Maureen on there?
Green is on there.
Yay, we.
Nice job, Maureen. Right?
Oh, Jason has been, he's been fully capped for a long
Well, I'm just
time.
saying, like, in general, with those numbers is awesome.
Marine also capped her.
All right, listings taken for the top individual teams. The Strobel group with 4. Closed volume, we have the Strobel group with 1. Closed GCI, Strobel group in the top spot, followed by. Right, top teams listings taken. JDM Homes with 4 listings taken, exceptional homes. Okay. I don't know if it's like the market changed, you guys, or if the boat cruise really got people going, okay? Because these numbers individually, team, group, are the largest they've been in a really long time. So I need an honest opinion here. Was it to get on the boat cruise or did the market change?
Or both parties.
More boat parties? All right. Who else? Like, honestly, I want an honest answer here. Has the market changed with listings? Are we doing something differently? Are we focusing on them? No, nothing? I know you all are gonna talk on this boat cruise, so like, I don't know why you're so quiet in here.
There's a little bit of pressure right now for people to put their house on the market if they want to move before school.
Okay,
Because you got a couple of weeks now, and so we've just gotten a little bit more busy.
Okay.
What's else going on in the next 2 weeks?
That's what I felt is.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so listings taken volume, we have the exceptional home team at 4.3. Great numbers, everybody, great numbers. All right, top teams close volume, Sorrento team at 6.6. Those are incredible numbers. Jacob. All right, top groups, listings taken, Homer's group was 7, Dessert Truck. Homer's group at 6.6. Right, closed volume, we have the Dessert Property Twins at 4. Those are amazing numbers. Like, I remember when it was like, you know, we had one whole group that was just like in the million spot, or like a few that hit a million. Now we've got 6 and 5 and 4. It's amazing. Great job. Closed GCI, we have Dessert Property Twins. Right, commercial, we've got listings taken, the median commercial team with 2. Commercial taken. Closed GCI, median commercial.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so this is one where we're comparing, we normally have us with the, because we don't have the area in the MLS in, right? Because the
New
laws
system?
changed
Our
with the
new
new
system,
system, so we
yep.
don't have that right now. Just because some things are shifting and we can't get those numbers, as accurately or at all with the new system quite yet. But we do still have last year compared to this year for us, right? So when we're looking at these things, I always am like, are we on the up? Is it the market? Is it us? You know, are we outpacing that piece? We can't really tell, but we can see where we're at opposed to last year. So closed units, we're at 100 units this year, where we were at 109 last year. Closed volume, we're at 51 million, where we were at 60 last year. Listings taken, though, we're at 72 versus 67. Listings taken volume, we're at 44 versus 40. Listings sold, we were at 45 versus 54. Listings sold volume, we're at 23 versus 33 the year before. Contracts written, 104 versus 75. And if you remember last month, we were actually way behind on contracts written. So watching us outpace that is a really good sign and incredible. Contracts written volume, we're at 52 million versus 45. Closed GCI, we were at 1.5 this year versus 1.7. However, profit share, we were at 9,000 versus 6,000. So a lot of it, you're probably asking different questions, why, right? And why did those numbers, why are they where they are? When you're looking at that, what's the first thing you see, or a thing that you kind of jumped out at you from this year to last year?
You have a note on his desk?
Yeah, I'm like, what is it? It's in red, I can't see it with these old eyes.
It's part of the reserved seating program.
It is only Derek.
Reserve seating.
But honestly, what do you guys see different here? Because we just saw really great numbers, right? That we haven't seen in a while. Yet some of those numbers are still behind what last year was, right? So like, what is this, like? Tell me what you think on that or what you see.
Well, I think it's, although our listing sold number is down, our listing, taken is up, and
Yeah.
that's pretty great. That's a exciting thing for what's ahead this summer. Same with contracts written, that's up 25%, more than that, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Does anybody see
market
the-
time is double, right?
Yep.
What it was last year, so. Unsold listings.
Is anybody questioning why GCI is where it is, but profit is where it is?
No. I mean, because
GCI was down, but profit was up. Does anybody
We
know
have
why
more
that is?
people. I would say we have more people that are doing that volume. And so more people are paying into the market center. into the
Company dollar, we got
So-
more company dollar from
So we have more
GCI.
profit
Yep.
at the market center to share.
Which I think is
good
a
sign.
huge, and it's a great sign, right? Because it's not just 1.7 and there was only 30 people doing that, right? It's, 1.5, but there were 60 people that were, putting money into their account this month, which is huge. That's a real thing that we're always trying to get to is productivity within the market center. So, I mean, that's part of it is, we can have a huge GCI, but if it's everyone that's already capped, we want to get the other people producing as well.
Heather
Yeah.
could probably tell us what the contributing agents were year over year.
Yeah.
In front of me.
I was.
Oh my God.
I printed it. It wasn't as I thought it might be over 50, but it was 44.
It was 44%. However, listings that as a percentage of GCI, we had 53%, and then listings taken was 31%, and we are usually hovering at 22.
Yeah.
Between 19 and, I think our high really was like 23%. So 31% of our agents took a listing.
So Heather, go, contributing agents that month this year versus that month last year. Like what was the,
I don't have it right in front of me, but I can definitely go quick
Sure,
at that number.
sure, no,
But that is a very good, yep, I'll go check it right now.
We never hit 31% last year, so I know it's much lower than that. Honestly, I think our highest last year was like 24% of agents taking listings. So there's a large span in that piece of it, just from what I recall of numbers last year. Great question though. 44%, I was a little shocked at that. I would have thought it was gonna be a little bit higher, just because we did have more company dollar coming in. But that's higher than it has been too. Our goal is to get at 50%, of each month having 50% of our agents producing. That's the market center goal. Anything else from these numbers?
I'm sitting here running my calculator real quick.
Oh, like in your brain or your actual calculator?
No, not the actual. Because I'm a little bit of a numbers nerd and just wondering what are, is it volume changing or unit and how that's relating? And actually our numbers for unit, the closed volume numbers is the per unit number is down slightly, but our listings taken number is up slightly. And then again, in contracts written, we are down slightly. And that feels like what we're seeing in the market where prices are leveling and in some cases they're dropping off a little bit. So I was just kind of doing a little bit of are our numbers matching what we're seeing in the market? And I feel like that's pretty true.
It's a big difference.
What was it?
36 agents writing a contract and 23% with a listing. Yeah, so it's a pretty big difference.
It's a large difference, yeah. And that's why I ask sometimes, right, because again, you guys have a pulse on the market, right? And in regards to inventory listings being taken, truly, is it something like, I want to get a listing because of X, Y, Z? Like, that's no joke, right? Like we've seen it. This is why we have these things, is because when that happens, there is a desire to go get a listing, right? Like, or are we just seeing more inventory out there? Live question, as everyone is staring at their screens. I hope that you're looking up numbers online.
I mean, there's the most amount of inventory we've had in a long time right now.
Since 2019.
And having said that, we've still only hit like 6,600 homes in the Seven County metro area one time this year.
Yep.
Other than that, now most of July, we're over 6,000 units, but that's still pretty far from a balanced market. I mean, we're still not even quite to 3 months of inventory. So yes, it's increasing, and yet still we aren't. I mean, it's a weird thing. We're
Yeah.
still really low, generally speaking. We're not close to a balanced market, but we're seeing longer days on market. We're seeing the percentage of, what the original list price to actual going down, and we're seeing more concessions.
Do
So
we
it's
think that, I mean, do we think that that is because sellers think that they can get premiums, and then they list too high? Or is it one where we really truly feel like it's shifting a little bit, right? Because I don't know, from some people that I talk to, sellers are really like, no, I'm gonna get this because my neighbor's house and mine's like, there's a false opinion of their home right now and how things are selling. So what are you seeing on that piece?
I'm really new to this, but I do feel like there's a little bit of two sides to that based on the price point of the property. And I feel like those that are maybe over 500 or 600,000, I agree with you that they're sitting longer and you're seeing some concessions. The lower price point, like, it's hard to get a home that's around $350,000. There's so many buyers at that price point. At least in my experience, maybe people are seeing different stuff, but you gotta be aggressive.
Yeah.
And so I think inventory wise at the lower price point is super low. From what I'm seeing, higher price point, I agree, they are sitting longer for, what's out.
What are you seeing for applications? Because there was like a little spike in applications, wasn't there, like a few weeks ago?
Yeah, and it's down from there, just.
Okay. I mean, just thinking of new buyers that are coming into the market besides the buyers that were already there, like, what does that look like?
It's kind of ebbing and flowing on that. It's usually a couple weeks trailing the
Yeah.
mortgage rate stuff. So we're seeing, last week, it's kind of tipped up, so less people are applying this week on that. So it goes like that.
Okay. Interesting. Anything else that you're seeing in the market?
Our listings we're advising our sellers to be aggressive in their pricing and have it in.
Which that has not been a thing for a long time, right? Like
I
that,
was comparing our numbers, our closed units last year, we were at, in June, we had 11 closed at just over 6 million in volume. This year we have 15 closed at 5.582 volume. We have 4 more closed units with 500,000 less in volume. So I think it goes to your point where sellers are being more aggressive and more realistic with their price points, which is why we're seeing the volume. To get it sold, or it's sitting. We've done 4 price adjustments. We have 2 that we just.
can someone go that has their computer up? What is it? What are the price adjustments just today in the 7 County Metro? Because I mean, that for months was 0, like
117.
So
So today we had between coming soon and listings, we had 276 properties that are new to the market. And there were 117 price reductions.
Like
That's
1,
so-
3, 4.
That's
That's a lot.
significant.
That's a lot of price reductions. I mean, we didn't see that for a long, long time. So what is everybody saying with their buyers? Are they still in the market actively? Are they waiting? Are they waiting for price reductions? We're talking about concessions. Like, what does that look like? Are you getting concessions right off the bat when they hit the market? Okay. like concessions versus actual like fakes, whatever. Okay,
We've seen the most aggressive requests we've seen even in this past month versus the past years from inspection. Like big dollar amount requests, lengthy lists of inspection repairs. So definitely a shift in that part on our list.
okay. What else? What else are we seeing?
Having a hard time with HOAs. There's a lot that have insurance issues. We had one of our listings, 3 other people in their HOA actually sued the HOA because it was unfinanceable. And all 3, the second that they switched their insurance company, all 3 of them went under contract. So it's just being.
When the client switched the insurance company or when the homeowners association did? Switched to a different insurance company, then everybody was fine? A different insurance policy?
Then all 3 went under contract. So.
Just affects everything, right? Because if they go to that and then that affects the HOA fees, that affects everything actually in the purchase and whatnot. Okay? What else?
What has everybody seen with appraisals? Have you guys been seeing appraisals falling short? Or has it been pretty much on par with the offers and listing price?
I had one come in over the price that my buyer was at.
Good for you.
Yeah, my client was like so happy.
It's like instant equity.
Yeah,
You
can't do anything with it, you know,
In their mind. You know, what else are you seeing with appraisals?
And low out of the last 100. So like, yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
And it was one that we kind of expected to come in low, so.
Okay.
We had something funky on one of ours. The appraiser came back and asked for an additional $100 because it was a complex property. No idea, and it came back on the dot of the purchase.
I worked with a lot of complex properties. Like, it was like.
So just something that we had one VA come in low, but we fought it and then it came back.
What was the issue on the VA?
They wouldn't tell us what the appraised value was until we submitted our comp.
And then it came back.
We represented the buyers, obviously. So Jordan had to go and submit his own comps. And then the VA came back and was like, okay, you're right, we'll give it to it. That's their job. Yeah.
It might be a little.
Here's the.
For me.
Could you do my
Like a
job?
pay loan, is that what she's saying?
Everyone share the appraised value.
Okay. Anything else that we're seeing in that? Do we have any other slides besides wants and needs? Are we seeing anything else in the market? I mean, this is mid-year, right? We're actually past mid-year. And we talked a little bit about that, you know, in regards to where you're at goals wise, where you're at, you know, clients wise. What are you truly seeing in the market and where's your shift going if you're not reaching your goals, right? And right now you just saw a ton of listings coming on. So the fact of like inventory is tough right now, no, people are listing, like what are the conversations that we're having, right? Are we still having those? Are we using those listings to get more listings?
I feel like the conversations I'm having are people who are feeling uncertain economically, politically, it's just all the things. And so they're just kind of like doing the turtle thing, pull up into their shell, not make any decisions, stay put for right now until they have a higher level of comfort with what's going on in the country and in the world. So it's interesting because I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah.
Most of our buyers and sellers are all, they have motivation.
Yeah, and I think
Divorce, if they're moving out of state, they have to, they're getting married, they're having a kid, there's a reason behind why they have to do it.
I think that's a great conversation too, is like, even when it's like, oh, I'm staying put, there's only so many things in your life, no matter what is going on, that you can control. One is no world problem you can control yourself. No political problem can you control yourself, right? Like the floods and all, like, there's just so many things that are going on that you can't control, but what you can control is like, what is your desire and your motivation to move, to buy, to sell, right? And getting to that really like the nuts and bolts of if it is, and if it's not, let them be. right? And then you move on to the next person, because the one thing in this job is we're never talking someone into it, right? Like, that's not what we should be doing. We should be asking the question just to actually discover if that's what they want or not. Right? And if you ask the right questions and really great questions and you keep them in, they're gonna self-discover if they wanna sell, if they wanna buy a new house, if they need something different, right? It's not a, hey, I found this great place for you. And if they don't want that, they're not gonna make a decision on that. You know, or they financially can't.
I think it's important in that spot that they're, not right now doesn't mean no to you. Like, sometimes we hear the no when we're prospecting, and then it's like, oh, they said no. And really, they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to the right now. So what do we do when the timing is right? So that they come back to that for us.
I think that's the relationship building piece that we always talk about, right? Like, don't just drop them and leave them, right? If you see something like, hey, I saw this, or, you know, it could not even be about real estate. Be like, you know, I saw this thing that you're really interested in, wanted to send it your way. How are the house projects going? Like, just be there, right? Keep creating those relationships, which can be really tough. It can be really tiring. I mean, if you have 100 people that you're doing that with, it's a lot of energy. If you have 200, it's even more energy. If you're an introvert, that's exhausting. If you're an extrovert, you're like the Energizer Bunny, you know? But what else?
Do you, as the leader here within our market center, do you feel the energy suck? Or with everybody coming to you a lot, do you feel the energy pump you up? I mean that seriously, like, cause that's gotta be a lot, cause you get texts from everybody, I'm sure daily. Like, how does that make you feel? Cause we're kind of like your lead gen.
Yeah, yeah. I thrive off of high-minded conversation, right? So if it's a high-minded conversation of growth-based, and something that it's exciting for you individually to grow, the market center to grow, a team to grow, maybe it's your family, that kind of thing excites me and energizes me. If it's a victimized mode of someone coming to me, that literally will drain the entire life out of me. And Heather knows that, where it's like, you know what I mean? That shift. But I mean, if I was to say, honestly, I mean, I think John knows this. When we talk about my lead gen, I'm really good in small settings, like small settings of 8 to 10 people that just want to like crush at life. That's my thing. When I come out of those, I am like higher than I could ever be, right? Like, it's energizing to me. So you just got to find what works for you, right? That answers your question.
I think historically, most of my largest months have always been fueled by listings that haven't sold all of a sudden selling. And when we talk about like the market kind of going like this, and there's public opinion or whatever, all these outside forces, like, we don't know when that stuff is gonna happen, but having those listings sitting there, it's immediate income as soon as the market shifts. So it ends up being fueled by, like, you know, 3 or 4 listings, or, you know, whatever, 8 or 10 listings, or whatever the number is, like a bunch of stuff just kind of all selling at once. And it's not that I have to work any harder for it when it's that environment. But I guess what I'm saying is like, historically, it's a buyer transaction or 2 that come together and 6 listings that sell, and all of a sudden you're at like 75 or 100K in GCI in a month. And it's like, you know, not necessarily predictable, but the predictable part is acquiring the listings and just servicing the listings until they do sell.
I think that's a huge, like, there's so much opportunity. Like, when I'm sitting here and you're like, ooh, things are sitting, and you're kind of like, ooh, things are sitting. When things didn't sit for a second, you had no ability to market it. You had no ability to actually do an open house. You had no ability to reach out to people that you know that are in the market to provide any value whatsoever, right? Because you were literally just like taking offers, right? And it was like next, next, next. Now you have the opportunity to actually do an amazing job for your clients, educate them during it, do open houses, which can bring in more business for you, right? Get to know the neighbors, and you get to actually reach out to new people. Be like, hey, look, I got this great listing. You can put it on social, like, there are so many opportunities in a listing sitting for 7, 14, 21 days. It's like, well, like you said, right, you can get more business from that, whereas before it was like, oh, it's a new listing, oh, it's sold. And then everyone was like gone within a second. Does anyone else feel that? Like, are we utilizing this as a positive? Yes, no, yes, no. Maybe? Okay, I mean, and if not, we have other agents in this market center that would utilize your listing that is sitting there. They would love to do open houses. They would love to door knock around your listing. They would love to be able to market it on social media. So if you're not doing it, please, please, please allow someone else to do it, right? Because that could be their one thing to get business, and it's also gonna get your house sold. Fair? See? Putting that out there.
I think one thing, I'm just in InfoSparks looking, that I noticed this year with Jacob. I've signed multiple short sale listings. And, in 2023, there were 20 a month. Now we have 40 a month. So it's not a huge number, but it's double what it was. And so that's something that might be something that we might need to be aware of as we do them, and also have the conversation with our clients as we're listing the house is, hey, what do you owe on this? As we're giving our net sheet, are you writing a check to close? How's this all coming together?
I think what the difficult conversation with that is for the last, 4 years, it's been appraisal gaps where they brought money to the table. And maybe the price point hasn't changed a whole lot in the last 4 years. And with commissions and whatnot, it's a short sale. So, I mean, there are gonna be some tough conversations people are gonna be having in the next few years with listings. I know that it's not like the doom and gloom, but we better get really used to that. Like, what does that look like?
And it's
A lot of people bought at the top of a market in multiple offers with a lot of money over what it was listed for. Am I wrong on this, or were we all part of that? Right? And the one thing that those sellers are not gonna remember is the conversation you had when they were buying that house, because all they wanted was the house. Right? Like, that's all they wanted was this house. They got the house, and life is changing for a lot of people for various reasons, jobs, like many things that can actually push the short sale piece of it.
That's where I just say, that net sheet right away is super important. Because if they're finding that out at the closing, it's bad for everyone.
Need to ask them if they get any loan mods, COVID forbearance programs. Cause that can turn a lot into short sales that you didn't think were gonna be a short sale, and you can be under contract with the buyer and.
Or if they've been making regular water bill payments. We love those water bills and title. That could be a big hit. We had one that was $4,000.
That happens with rental properties, that people don't check and see if they're renters. I might know that, not me, not my personal place. I know someone that wasn't checking that, so, and it was a 4,000 slap onto the taxes, so that's a real thing.
Jacob, how many short sales have you taken?
I think I'm working on my third or fourth right now in the last couple months.
And how long ago did those those people purchase those properties?
All within the last few years. And one of those was not supposed to be short. I was repping the buyer, and then they found out they did I think it was a loan mod. Tacked on a bunch of.
Like forbearance or something? Yeah.
That's another real conversation.
Yeah.
That's another real conversation. I mean, our team had the same thing. We went to close. It was actually a short sale that was not approved. And the listing agent never even asked it. And it was like, I mean, that was like a whole mess. It was medical, like so many different things, but the listing agent isn't thinking short sales are a thing. And there was like, what, 55,000 that was the difference, was short in a $375,000 house.
I think mine was like 40 grand.
Yeah, like, I mean, so that was representing the buyer, right? So those are conversations I would be having.
You still got paid, right? Like, that's one of the things in that spot is, there's still ways for you to get paid, and it can be a good spot if you understand what you're doing in that area.
And so Jacob, are you targeting those people? No, just. The first couple were kind of bad, just figuring it out.
I was on the buy side of one, and it was COVID loan.
Mm.
Caught up to the seller pretty quick.
As listing agents, if we go on listing appointments and they have purchased in the last 3 to 5 years, I mean, it's something that we should at least be aware of. Because most of these homes people need to own them for like 3 or 4 years just to, to pay down the 6% commission or whatever the commission happens to be.
You're safe.
Right,
Yeah.
historically, maybe. But that's the amount of time it would take if the house didn't appreciate at all. And if we've seen like zero appreciation or something like that.
Yeah, those are great. I mean, this is why, like, we asked it, I'm glad you brought this up, is because if I'm not in this, we need your conversations of what's going on. And to be able to have everybody know, hey, this could come up. And what do I do in this situation? Because if you don't have experience with that, you're like, oh my gosh, we're canceling, we're, bailing on this. And it doesn't always have to be that way, right?
Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob was like, thank you, Jane.
Yeah.
Tutor of the month.
Tutor of the everyday. All right. Let's do,
And
yeah.
one more announcement before we do spin the wheel. We just want to congratulate everybody who took a listing and is joining us on the boat, but we'd also love to extend that invitation to everyone who is at the meeting today. So if you're able, super short notice, but to join us, that would be awesome. We'd love to have you join today. So, and thank you for participating in our market center.
Awesome. All right, everyone that took a listening, because there's a ton of you, there's gonna be a list here come up. We're gonna do spin the wheel, and then we will get off to. I did not. I'm gonna laugh. I didn't see Heather. I'm like, I'm sorry. Where did the money go? All right. There you go. So whoever wins money can pay for the drinks there. Oh, and still, right, one to need. Bye.
But then they were.
Nobody else. Every week. And it's inconspicuous, right?
That's really nice.
Unless somehow.
We're twins, no, you guys are twinning. I know, except yours doesn't have the marking on the sleeve.
You go to your office.
It does. Yeah, I got the thing too.
I didn't want to ask. Two. All right, Derek. Yeah. How did we have?
We have 6, right? 6 or 7.
You're in front of the team.
Sam right now.
I've been on the hill. On the middle.
Big wins. Am I gonna see you on the boat?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
not bad.
We didn't get the name for the final.
I get 100 like a real.
Yes, I saw.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, I included that on there.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah, and it's a few others. Yeah.
Like the, even to you after we accepted the offer, like that. And then like a requirement. He was like, no, we're gonna go for insurance.
And who's her friend?
Wow.
Her friend.
Yeah.
Might not wear this shirt.
She got 20.
You know what's so weird is I had to put a fake axles or something in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think
No, I mean, don't.
Did my like the dad of my
What's happening?
Alright, how many you got?
Hey, it's better than old. You know what's funny is this has the first $6. You're losing money.
But the wine's very good.
Lost like 11% since they didn't.
Oh. Like, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I know, the post got figured out.
Oh.
I don't know why.
I know, it's funny that they did that. It was not, you know,
Ooh.
15. Maybe our big winners. Bernie.
How much in total?
You got, she's got 30.
Game on,
You
me.
got
Yeah.
6?
Let's
You got
go.
6, let's go.
You're like,
Yeah. 5.
I'll be excited.
And I'm glad you're alive.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna text you.
Why, what happened? I was last night, but it was like after 9, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh, yeah,
text
that's
you.
about
Why
when
are
I
you
felt about
alive?
you too. Oh, there was someone that came in here yesterday that looked like a hot mess and is like twins.
I'm looking for the
There's twins
twins,
here,
yeah.
And I was like,
could have been
I
a
renter.
And I, well,
I
I
didn't know it's sniper.
I told him, I was like,
Back in
let's
2021.
check and
Yeah.
see if they're here.
Yeah.
And then I was
Another
like,
10.
okay.
You could not be you.
Better.
Oh, a 10.
Step. Doing great.
And anyway,
Drinks on the 5. One more.
yeah.
Don't mind my daughter
Another
texting
5.
him at 10:30 at night about tennis.
He was at Lord Fletcher's playing volleyball at 10:30 last night, so.
I was like, did you
Uh,
reply? Did you wait until the morning? I see it coming. Mine was like.
And I told Penny.
Oh, no, actually though, I'm not kidding. That's the best time to text them.
Oh, yeah.
Because he rarely responds during the day.
Okay.
He sits on his phone, like his mom makes fun of us because he's like, she knows that
Yes,
she'll get
5.
replies at like 10 p.m.
One more.
I mean.
I was
Did he reply?
Dude. That's impressive.
I'm gonna find you a 5.
Money, big money.
Did he reply?
Hey, so what are we gonna?
Oh, okay.
Well, he probably also thought the same, we're not texting a 15-year-old at 10:30.
Well, but actually,
you on
I think.
You know,
it's
it's-
just here.
on the boat.
Why don't you go down there?
Well,
Thank
see,
you.
you put it on there.
I don't think so.
He doesn't.
Do that, or is that just
Like,
the cash?
Yeah, I don't,
oh,
any
he
other
looks like
tweets,
this. I think he dynamite. I don't know. This is meant to be.
I have, not personally.
We don't have another meeting.
And I have it been.
Straight up cash. Straight up cash money.
That's cool. That is really cool.
All right, well, we will see you in
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Absolutely.
And you better get to work.
I know, I'm like, I got a long list.
Email.